Hey, spiritual warriors. Angela here with LK Insights, and I just have been led to talk to you guys today about my twin flame lightworker journey and how there's a lot of misconceptions out there, you guys. First of all, the whole reason that I'm doing this is because I know that there's a whole new wave of light workers that are about to embark on their journey. Okay. And what is a light worker? A light worker is, and I know this from my own experience, it is basically someone who has come here to basically remove all of the fear, the pain, the trauma, the ancestral karma, all of it. That is a light worker, you guys. And I want to tell you that that journey is extremely painful. It is not pretty. It's, a downright can be very scary when you don't have the correct information, okay? So I want to bring you a little bit of my journey, and so that you can understand. Now, I just want to say that everybody's journey is going to be completely unique to you and what you need to clear. But my journey was 4 years, okay? And it was so scary and painful. And first of all, I want to thank the Higher Self channel, because honestly, that was one of the channels that gave me hope, and really I could connect with, because nothing else seemed to even make any sense to me at the time. But I wanted to kind of fill you in a little bit about my twin flame and lightworker journey. And then I'll introduce you to my twin flame as well. But so, okay, I just hope that this gives you that background that you need, and that hope and encouragement, and also the knowledge. Okay. So 4 years ago, I was definitely diving deep into the spiritual realm. And when I was a little kid, I could always sense when things were going to happen. I didn't know what that meant at the time, but like, I would just know. I could sense people. Like I could literally feel them, and not just, what they would say, but I could really feel who they were inside. And I would have dreams of things, very vivid dreams, and those things would come to reality. So when I was a little girl, I kind of shoved all that away, going through school and all that. But I always knew that I was meant for something greater. And I was never worried about it. I just knew that there was something, that I was meant for something big. And I could never even understand the world. I just couldn't. Things like how people would treat each other, I could never understand that. I was that girl when the new person came into school. I was the person who ran over to him and, was like, hey, I'll show you around. And, when everyone else was like, oh, that's a leper, don't go near the new person. But I couldn't understand that mentality. So things like that. And then when I got a little bit older, and I had 2 kids, and I was just kind of living life. And then all of a sudden, things were really going super well at that time. I was working 3 jobs, and I had my house and my car, my kids, and it was like, okay, this is what we do. But then I met my twin flame. And if that's what you want to call that. I'm going to explain it in a little bit different way, but you guys will be able to resonate with that. Okay. So, the problem with that was he was much younger than me. And I honestly was floored by the whole thing. I couldn't accept it. I didn't want to. I kept trying to fight that situation, but let me tell you, when I met him, I instantly knew that he would be a very important person in my life. I knew that almost like he was an angel for me. That's what I knew the second that I met him. It was almost like I could see into his soul. And it was very difficult because to have such an unconventional relationship was taboo, you know? But then I found some information about twin flames, and I kind of researched it a little bit, and it made sense. But let me tell you that before I even got a chance to try to figure that out, things got, it was almost like the spiritual awakening, like boom. I came across the law of attraction, and instantly I knew that that was almost something like that I knew how to do without doing it. But it really just ignited me. And that's how I started going more into the spiritual side of things. And it was almost like all of my spiritual gifts were starting to come back to me because I knew it was like it just resonated with my spirit. You know, I was like, oh my gosh, I've always been able to do that, but I stopped doing that because I thought that was not, you know, a thing. So I really kind of tapped down into that, and I started, the crystals, and I could really feel the energy from crystals. I could feel them. When I would walk into a crystal store, I would almost get sick because I could feel so much of the energies. And I didn't know what any of that was. And I started pulling cards, tarot cards and oracle cards. And they resonated so well with me, but a lot of times they made me a little bit fearful because I didn't understand what those energies actually meant. And so, you know, I want to tell you that my clairaudience came online. My clairsentience came online. My clairvoyance came online. And the thing that I didn't know, these are two really important things that I really want to just reiterate to you guys, is that when all those things came online, I started searching for the answers outside of myself. That led me down a path that was for me, but it was very difficult because I didn't understand that the kingdom of God, spirit, is really inside of me, okay? And so when I was searching for those things outside of myself, I fell to a lot of fear because I will tell you that a lot of supernatural things were happening to me, and not just with synchronicities, but I could see, you know, I really could see, and almost like I could see the spiritual world in the physical world. And that is a very mind-blowing experience if you don't have the foundation, okay? So, and let me just say, we all have it. It is just literally acknowledging and being open to those gifts, and having the foundation so that you don't become fearful of these things, okay? Because when they come online, or when you start going through your light worker journey, there's nothing that can stop it. It is literally spirit doing. It's like it's spirit. It's spirit is walking with you to awaken every bit of you, and you have to clear all of the junk that's inside you, and it hurts, and it's scary, and not many people talk about this, and I think that that is why I need to say this, because it's like, that was the one thing I really didn't get, was that I kept trying to be so happy and joy and love and light, but really when those horrific things were happening to me, and I mean, I ended up living in a motel with my 3 kids, and that was exactly what needed to happen to get me out of my comfort zone, to get me on my path. But at the time, you're kind of questioning God, questioning yourself, going, what is going on? Because I'll tell you, before that, I didn't know what manifestation was, but I'm extremely resourceful. And whenever I decided to go after something, and I really put my mind to it, I got it. I accomplished that goal. So whenever I had a goal, I would say, I'm going to do this, and I went for it, and I got it. That is a manifester, and I didn't know what that actually was, but that all stopped. And all of a sudden, nothing was working the way it used to, and I was alone, and I was in a motel with my 3 kids, and I didn't know how I was going to get money, and the pain that was there. When you have people around you who you think are going to be there and support you, and they don't. And what happened to me was I started to not believe in myself. Okay, so that's number 1, you guys. This light worker journey, I just want you to understand that it is hard and painful, and it's a struggle. It's internal fight. It's that fight between your heart and your mind, And the whole point is to transmute fear into love. That is what a light worker does, but it is clearing out all that karma, all the pain, all the traumas, all the hurts, even from, ancestral, generational things, okay? And it is not pretty. So that was the one piece that I was missing. And I just want to encourage you, like, if you're starting to go through this, or maybe you are, and you're kind of going, I love all this spiritual stuff, but I can't seem to stay in this place of peace, and it's just like this going up and down and up and down and up and down. I want to encourage you, because that is my story. That is how it went, and that's okay. That is the journey. So, it's not all love and light, you guys. But I want you to understand to never stop having faith, and don't stop believing in yourself. So I had this one incident where I was really following my clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience. Clairaudience was very strong. I could literally hear my guides and my angels, and there was a lot of information out there that was coming at me, that what I was doing was, not good, and that I was messing in a world that I shouldn't be, and all this stuff. Okay. And that's why all that was happening, almost like I was losing my mind instead of being awakened. And I want to just encourage you that You know you. And I knew that I wasn't losing my mind. But actually, I just heard Spirit tell me, well, you actually are losing your ego mind. Okay, sorry. But people saying that, what I was messing with, especially with cards and crystals and this, that it was evil and not good and of the devil, okay? And I fell to that, you guys. I really, really fell to that. And I thought, especially when those supernatural things were happening to me, I literally got very, very afraid, But here's what I want to tell you about grounding, because grounding is a term that I think it is a misconstrued term a little bit. That is like my twin flame was the grounding. He was grounding for me. If that makes any sense. Basically, he was unconditional love. He told me, I love you no matter what. And he said to me, my purpose in life is you. And I thought that was crazy when he said that. I was like, that's what? You're crazy. That's not real. But he knew it then, and I just couldn't understand. So what happened to me that day that I fell to fear is I lost, I would say, honestly, 75% of myself. Pieces of my spirit, pieces of my soul were shattered. Okay. And that is the light worker journey, is walking back slowly and building that foundation piece by piece with bringing back parts of your soul. Now that is the twin flame. Okay. It's where you're transmuting fear into love, and it brings back a piece of yourself, if that makes sense. Okay. But my male twin flame was there to hold that unconditional love so that I survived through it. And he was just there to be my partner that I could always grab onto for that support that I needed. And we went through ups and downs, and I was constantly running, because he was always just standing there saying, here I am, I love you no matter what, and I'm gonna go through this with you. And so he was like the grounding for me. Grounding is when you are so out there in the spirit world. Grounding is being able, knowing that you are rooted in reality, in the earth. That is the material world, is the earth, okay? Material is the earth. That is how you are grounded, knowing that as far up as you fly in all the other dimensions, because I know I have been past the 9th, especially that day when I lost all bits of my soul. But it was incredible right before that. That was so supernatural. That grounding is no matter how far you fly in any other dimension, that you know that your body is grounded and rooted here in the physical reality, in the earth plane. No matter what dimension you're in, your physical body is still rooted in the earth. That is what keeps you grounded. Okay, so I know this is getting a little bit longer, but I really just wanted to tell you guys at least that bit. And for those 4 years, what I was doing is literally, and it's spirit that does it. It's not really anything that you need to do, but the things that I think kind of threw me off were not having that foundation, in believing in myself, and trusting in spirit, and having that grounding, okay? That grounding is so, so important. And so, but the twin flame is actually me getting back those pieces of myself. And this is always a journey, but you guys, I know that I've been released to come into service now 100% for sure. And you cannot be released until you are whole with yourself again. You can't help others until you're complete yourself. And not that we're not complete, because we are at every single second, but that is the spiritual journey that's going on, that is learning and growing. That's the light worker journey. So I just want to encourage you guys and, you know, talk about the twin flame and the light worker journey, because I think it is so misconstrued. And this is my experience. So Spirit told me to get on and do this. And you guys, this is so out of my comfort zone. But I really am here for you. I really am. And I know the journey. And it is truly one that brings the most joy, the most beauty. And when you are in another dimension, finally, you can clear that third dimension and the fourth dimension, then it is amazing. But that journey to rid yourself of your ego mind and all the past traumas and hurts and pains and all of that is hard. It just is. But the thing with fear, so fear, doubt, insecurity, those are all the things that you have to clear on this journey. And facing those is difficult. And so, but it's all possible. And I think it could be a lot easier than what I went through. I don't know. Everyone's got their journey, but I just wanted to bring that. And now that I am more whole in myself, it's finally my twin flame and I can actually have more of a relationship. See, the whole 4 years we really didn't, because even though he was there saying, you know, I love you unconditionally, I'll be here for you, I continued to run and hide and couldn't understand what was happening. And no, that was too fearful. That couldn't happen, all of that. But now it's like, because I have cleared all of that and finally stood and said, you know, I'm not afraid anymore. That is where the amazing things happen. So seriously, love you guys. Write in the comments what you're going through. It helps me so much to be able to bring you teachings and whatever else you need, because it's about you. I did my work, you know, so it's really about you and what you need at this time. Spirit does help me a lot by telling me exactly what to say, when to say it, but it's just nice to hear from you guys. So please do that. And then I will do a quick little clip of my twin flame so you guys can see him. So all right, talk to you guys soon. Bye. Oh wait, I don't know if they can hear you on this thing. Okay, hi everyone. So this is Caden, and he is what you would call my twin flame. Say hello.
Hi.
Hi. So tell them what, I don't know if you can hear him. I have these, this is a microphone. Okay.
Should
Anyway.
work.
Okay. So, that's not, how has the last 4 years been of this journey?
Crazy.
Like how?
Lots of up and downs. Lots of good and bad. Lots of trials.
Trials. Yes. So that's exactly what I was saying. And what did you always say that when I asked you what your purpose was in life, what is it?
Help you.
Yeah, that's what he's always said. But I couldn't accept that. And so that's why I was saying it was really difficult. Now I accept it and we're good, but it's been definitely interesting. So twin flame, but really not. It's more about the internal journey of yourself. And your twin flame is when the pieces of your soul leave. And then you have to transmute fear into love to bring them back. But I've had him as my grounding and my support. And I know that that was all spirit led. So there you go.
We have to attend to a zombie apocalypse now.
Yeah. Zombie apocalypse. Bye.